So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day or night it is. Thank you for joining us at sweetvictoryrv10.com or on our YouTube channel, Sweet Victory RV10. Today it's a very cold and rainy April 15th. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. We're getting a late start today. I am not sure exactly when this video is going to post because I'm still about 4 videos behind. But we figured that we would go ahead and come to the shop. We wanted to try out the new camera setup. It's not new, it's my old one. It's a Canon 7D, but wanted to see how the picture quality would be different. We will also still be using the GoPro for like an overhead shot. We wanted to test out our mic system as well. We want to do some more in-depth clips so you can actually see more of the dimpling and riveting and all of the other ings that we do. So hopefully this video won't be posted too far after the current date. And yeah, hope you enjoy. How's your countersinking going, babe?
Good. It's slow because each hole has to be countersunk twice. Once on both sides.
So is one of them clockwise then? Is it just regular sink? Like counterclock, clock? What's the...
Countersink?
Countersink?
Anti-countersink? Backwards countersink?
So like table sink?
Floor sink? If it's not on a counter?
Or would it be just a sink? It's sunk? It's like the Titanic. Oh my God.
Well, obviously the Titanic was not anti-countersink because it sunk. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not that it wasn't anti-countersink. Maybe it is anti-countersink. Because countersink would be the opposite of sinking, and since it's sunk, it's not. It is the opposite of countersinking. So it is anti-countersink.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Words are hard.
We can delete that part out of the video.
Why? It's some of the most entertaining stuff that we've said today.
You're going to get people feeling sorry for it.
I know. Maybe then they'll actually like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Every time you don't like and subscribe, God kills a kitten.
Disclosure, read the disclaimer at the bottom. No kittens were harmed in this video, the filming of this video.
Or afterwards. Earlier though, that's why we got a late start. Lack of subscribers. Try it again.
Some of these video watchers who have had some experience with building a Van's aircraft might look at this and wonder why my rudder trailing edges are in 2 pieces.
But Robert, why is it in 2 pieces?
Well, to be honest, it's in 3 pieces.
What?
You only see 2 of them here. The 3rd piece is on the rudder trim tab, which is partway between the top and bottom of the rudder, so therefore the... Okay, so working on the elevator vertical stabilizer, as I was, we already have all the ribs deburred, all the nose ribs deburred. We have the 2 doubler plates deburred, ready to go. We don't have the hinge brackets because they're a powder coated part and they're part of what's being on back order right now. Got a whole bunch of those. So moving along, we've got to make some. The job I was watching, he messed up this piece, and it was because he didn't notice the width of this bottom. So this is 2 inches wide, cutting off 1 inch of it. And at first when I was watching the video, I was like, oh, that's no big deal, cut 1 inch off. Well, it's along this edge here where you cut your 1 inch that you also have to place this measurement of 1 and 21/32. A little precise.
That's insane.
So if you were to mark 1 and 21/32, 2 inches away, well, at your 1 inch mark, you're then only 1 and 17/32. Actually, 18/32. But that's so small of them. The pen mark could be causing me to be off that much.
Man. Alright, I need to figure out why this keeps going all hinky and not and stopping, you know? Oh. Yeah, there we go. Can you look at me? Thank you.
What did you figure out?
Figured out how to make you look like you're no longer in the shadows.
Oh.
Lurking in the dark. The fluorescent lighting makes the exposure all wonky. I had to lighten you up some.
Ah.
So you don't look like a cave dweller or something.
Appreciates that.
Is that what you appreciate about me?
Okay, so I have 2 more holes to mark. Well, really 4 more holes, 2 per piece, to mark for the left and right front spar attachment bracket that you make out of this 2 inch by 2.5 inch aluminum angle provided with the kit on page 8-3 of the horizontal stabilizer build.
Hi friends, so you will notice that we've had a bit of technical difficulties, but it's okay. The sound guy that we had is now fired. So hopefully we won't run into the problem again where obviously we're trying to narrate what's going on, talk about it, but the recording just didn't happen. So anyhow, what you're seeing here is Robert is using the bandsaw at first to cut the angles for their hinge brackets for the horizontal stabilizer.
Attachment bracket.
They're attachment brackets. Yeah, so this was a bit of a process. I mean, we went from bandsaw to scroll saw, and then we'll go back to the bandsaw, and then I think we go back to the scroll saw. Again, it was a process, and we learned that we actually have to clamp the scroll saw down to the table so we don't have it running away from us. I don't know if you recall in the last video, there was a time where the scroll saw also decided to attempt to roll away, but that's okay. We have since clamped it down, as you see there, and we haven't run into that problem again. So, yep, and now, oh, I'm sorry that part cut off, but Robert was going back and just double checking his lines and making sure everything was cutting correctly. And I personally had a lot of fun this day because, I mean, you can tell I've got the camera on the tripod most of the time up until now, and I actually go to holding it for a while and getting some better up-close shots that I hope give you a good look at what we're doing a little more in depth. So if you have any preference on what you've seen so far, like the handheld camera shots or using the 7D or the overhead GoPro shots, let us know. What do you like to see? Leave us a comment if you have any kind of questions, if you want to know. I have a blog post about it, but if you are curious what kind of equipment we're using, not just for the cinematography of this, but with the bandsaw and the scroll saw, everything else. I mean, we can do a whole episode at some point of all of the equipment that we use. So again, that sound guy's fired, so hopefully you will continue enjoying the rest of this. You'll see that we do have actual sound again in a few clips, but for now, enjoy. So this process that Robert is doing right now is deburring. This is what I normally get to do while he does things like put planes together and cut out important pieces, and can confirm that the filing part is not my favorite. How do you feel about filing?
I don't mind it. It's kind of relaxing.
You weirdo. What you doing, babe?
I'm match drilling. I'm match drilling the 4 holes into the spar doubler for the rear vertical stabilizer spar that is called for in the directions. Why are all these other ones pre-punched and final sized and there's only 4 left to drill? I'm not really sure, but it's only 4, so it's not that big a deal.